boop, 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 beep. Wait, is that your little clickety click? Is us live?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 20. Bo, we made it.
Yeah.
Welcome
Almost
to live.
old enough to drink now.
Live on Two Wheels.
New intro.
Trevor, you get a high five, buddy.
Bro.
We literally said right before we were going to go live, I wonder if anybody was going to notice the new intro. And guys, we got a lot of new stuff to show you guys. So, welcome to episode 20. Guys, this is Live on Two Wheels, your weekly live show that is also a podcast available, of course, on all your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast.
And only those.
And only those. So if you guys want to just listen to us and not watch us live, you can see it there, but these are also available on YouTube afterwards. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we made it to 20. Not that we, didn't think
That's
we
it.
were.
Pack it in.
All right. That's, we started this train with like, hey, man, let's get to 20, and that was it.
We're done.
So, guys, if you watched last episode, we pondered on this new bike that Harley's releasing that I'm going out to the press launch for next week. We were right, ladies and gentlemen. The Custom was released on Wednesday, and it's called the Sportster S. We're talking about it today. We're going to get into it a little bit later on. Also, as we always do, guys, here on the live show, go over to our Discord. There's a link in the description of this live show. The best Harley meme is gonna get 50 bucks.
Spicy.
$50 goes to the best Harley meme that if you go to our Discord, post in the Live on Two Wheels section.
Yeah.
We'll pick the best one at the end of the show, and we'll send you a $50 gift card to our old buddies at Revzilla. So, whoo! We barely made it today, folks.
You barely made it. I'm doing fine.
That's true. Bo was here the whole time. We have the much anticipated R7, or I almost said R6. We have the much anticipated R6 First Ride coming out tomorrow. It is going to be a little late, but it is going to come out tomorrow. The weather's been crazy here, guys. Like it's literally rained, I think every day this week, right? And then it rained like half the week last week, and we've got these cool things wanting to film, and we just can't yet. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're watching this live, make sure to hit that like button. Do it right now. Thank you so much. I love you. Yes, no, not the guy behind you, but you. Love you long time. Or if you're listening.
Man.
So
You're a bit extra right now.
dude, this is what happens, dude. I came in from filming, so
Yeah.
I've got that film energy.
Yeah, you got that the sun done hit you.
Yeah, sun didn't hit me. So everybody, Trevor, like we said, noticed the new intro. What do you guys think about all this? You guys liked the dual screen, and this has been something. We're gonna show you guys some more stuff, some more graphics that Bo worked on. We've had this idea to do this upgrade for a while, graphics wise. We just haven't had the opportunity because like the schedule's been so busy. So, Bo, why don't we take them through a tour and let them enjoy each of the screens real quick? You can see I can scroll. Wait, are you still on my screen?
Nope, because I'm going to show
Can
the
I
browser now.
Oh, yeah. Show the browser. So check out our little notes page, guys. Got some cool stuff going on.
And somebody said no audio? Lost sound. That's weird. Oh, I know why.
Oh, is it on one of the pages is weird?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
Probably the solos. The scenes are created, but like not everything was tested because, like he said, we have had a lot of stuff we're trying to cram in a couple of days, so we didn't have enough time to test.
Well, no,
the
this
other
is
scenes.
perfect though. So like,
But
them
we don't
letting us
need the
know.
solo. We don't need the solo stuff. So it's like that's why it didn't get tested. So all that stuff. But yeah.
So go off of my screen real quick. I'm gonna go into our other page and make a note to add.
Yeah, I'm off.
Okay.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah, double check that they can hear you. I'm gonna go and add us a show notes to add audios to solo screens.
Yeah, all of the scenes and stuff are gotta be ironed out, but it's like we've jam-packed our schedule because we had one solid day of sunshine in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, guys, it makes our
so they've been gone, and I've been here, like, just editing my face off.
Right. It's been like it's so much more complicated when the weather's not working with us. But we've got our setup now. We've got Bo on an easy way to like pop us between screens. You guys seem to really like the dual screens, both here live and the comments on YouTube for the video. So everything's pretty solid. Yeah. Also, you guys might hear the AC in the background. I don't know if you will. If you do, it is what it is. We've just came in from filming, so it's kind of hot in here. So I don't want to sweat on a live show. What else this week? So one of our videos was the first impressions video of the Sportster S.
Yeah.
So when the Sportster S got released this week, guys, I was like, okay. Last week we talked about it. We got all the info out about the Sportster S.
Well, set the tone straight because like when the Pan America came out, we basically said in that episode that it was like this is going to be a Sportster.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Sportster. In whatever shape, form, fashion that comes in, it's going to be a Sportster.
You nailed it on the head. So the reason we're going to talk about the same thing this week is because, like I told you guys, I'm going out to L.A. next week. And
I'm so fucking jealous.
And as somebody that doesn't have a ton of knowledge about Harley Davidsons and this bike in general, I figured why not send me out on a note of talking about it. Also, there is a schedule change for next week, guys. I'm flying out on Wednesday. I'm actually going to be doing the press launch on Thursday. So I will be in LA on Thursday, but fear not, we are going to be moving the live show to Friday. Yeah. I fly out of LA at 11 p.m.
their time.
LA time. I land at 4:45 Atlanta time. I'm going to be here with you guys at 5 p.m. Friday, our time.
Yep.
So look forward to a dead chase. I'm going to get makeup done so I look like a zombie and be like, I'm here.
I am the most excited for this. Like, here's the thing. There is a large part of me that is super jealous that you're going out to this.
Right.
But there's also a much larger part of me is going like, this is fucking awesome. Because
to be fair, you got to do the FTR.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So
that's fine. I'm perfectly, and I'm an adult and I can understand. Like, you take your fucking turns. But like, I'm not gonna. It's an awesome release to get to go to.
Yeah.
But there's a larger part of me that's excited that you're going because you've never ridden a Harley ever.
Right.
You get to see firsthand what I think personally they're known for, which is
the fit and finish. So you have talked up the fit and finish of Harleys in general a lot. So if I'm, even if I was to be the Grand Wizard and just decide what I wanted, I would have still sent you to the FTR because I've ridden an FTR before. Yep. I have not ridden a Harley before. So granted, like I told the guys, I'm not super.
I was also okay with it because I thought I was going to do a Pan America ride, but that didn't fucking work out either.
I am super excited, but I do wish I would have ridden a Harley before the Sportster S. But after seeing all this TikTok stuff going on, and guys, we got a lot to talk about TikTok. Jesus Christ. We upset some people on TikTok, but. Wow, I totally fucking lost it.
Did you do any wheelies on that R7?
I did. I can wheelie the R7 now.
That's it. That's what happened.
Oh, yeah, you need to tell people your thought process on this.
There's no thought process. Every time this dude gets onto a bike and pops a wheelie, his brain falls straight out the back end of him. He called the MT-07 an MT-010 like 6 times.
I did, yeah. There is something about when I go into my little wheelie frenzies, I do.
Brain falls right out his ass.
Right. Anyway, I'm excited to go to the Sportster S launch. I wish I could have had a video. I just being a YouTuber, I want to have my video of like first time on a Harley, but I don't really think. I think I can honestly still make the first time on a Harley video because the Sportster S is this new thing. It's a new thing, new engine. So I think if we found like an older Harley, or a more typical Harley, I think that would still be justifiable to make that video, right?
Yeah, I mean 100% because I think it'd be interesting to say get on a 48 or an Iron 1200, which is, basically what this is going to replace, and just so you can see like where it came from, the evolution engine,
right? It'd be interesting to do that.
The sporty line, like kind of go backwards and say, okay, this is where it came from.
Bo, I totally forgot that.
What up?
Do you notice something different about me?
Oh, I don't know what you mean.
Guys, I got a new hat. Look at it. The guys over at Engine Hawk got me a black hat finally, so me and Bo are together again with black hats. Bo's got a fancy jacket now. Oh, he's got to put it on for you guys. You guys, Bo, stand up. Stand up. You're looking good. Looking so good.
It is a good looking.
You look sponsored right now. Everybody give Bo claps in the chat for his bro. You better be getting paid a lot of money. Jacket, hat, shirt. I love it. So you're all Engine Hawked out. I got a new Engine Hawk jacket. So shout out to the boys over at Engine Hawk for making sure we can always have a fancy black hat. Also, I know I told you guys last week Mullet was going away. Mullet hadn't gotten to go away yet. Chase hadn't had time. I should probably cut it before I go to L.A. and be with all the fancy kids. Do you think I'd fit in with L.A. with all this hair?
I mean, yeah. Also, you're almost in ponytail land, bud.
Really?
It's pretty close.
Let's play the game. Bro, if I had a little tiny ponytail, I could do it. Or what is it called? Hair tie? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get a pair of scissors and just be like... All right. So, anything else? Any other little things you want to hit on before we just dive straight into this Rev Maxed Sportster S?
I started playing Final Fantasy 14 again.
Okay, we're gonna go back to Sportster S. This is not gonna become a video game talk. First off, I think I said this in the video. Here's the thing, guys. We watched the first impressions. You guys should totally go check that out if you're interested in the bike. And I don't agree with Harley calling this thing a Sportster S. I don't want to ruffle Bo's feathers because I know Bo has feelings about this. But I understand the one side of wanting to call it a Sportster S, but I kind of wish they'd have called it something brand new so we could all just be like, ooh, check out this fancy new thing together. Bo, you don't feel like this, right?
I don't feel like that at all. So
you think Harley should just anchor in with their heritage theme and keep rocking it out?
In my eyes, why wouldn't they keep the heritage of their longest running production bike going by bringing it into the future and like offering it at a really competitive price with a lot of really good tech?
Oh, that's the thing I wanted to ask you. So the bike, if you guys don't know, Sportster is brand new, $15,000. What's your thoughts on the price? Because I thought, me and you were talking about the FTR pricing. I got some messages of people that were like, $15,000 is way too much for this motorcycle.
I kept seeing that, and
is that uneducated?
I don't think it's uneducated, but I think the vibe I'm getting from a lot of people is like, this is the Sportster, and this isn't just the Sportster. This is the Gold Star, right? This is
what do you mean by Gold Star?
The top of the pile.
Okay, so the best one.
Right.
Of the Sportster S.
They're bringing out the big guns first. Everything else is going to be a derivative from this.
Right.
They may introduce something even more extravagant than this. But this is the Gold Star. They wanted to come out with their best, entry into it. So this is them going like, this is the holy shit package.
So you think they're releasing the V4R first? And then they're going to do the
get
S,
people excited
then the
about
V4.
it, yeah. And then it's like, okay, yeah, now you've seen what it's capable of. Let's talk about what we can get people into. Because if you look at it, so a lot of people were comparing it to the Indian Scout.
I got a photo up if you want to show that.
Right. A lot of people were comparing it to the Indian Scout, and
right.
I think that's way off.
So if I'm going to be totally honest, dude, uneducated opinion, I want to preface that, I don't look at this thing as a cruiser. I get that
It
it
is.
technically is, but
It 100% is.
But, like-
but it's more of a sport cruiser than I think people were expecting out of it. But
this is like this could be a good thing though, because
Well,
like if I'm looking at this and
on that vein, it is classified. They've introduced a new classification with this. It's
I can go to their website.
It's
and
not
show
a
them.
new classification, but it is. They've had sport before.
So if we get a new motorcycle,
Now there's an option if you just hover over bikes. Yeah, for sport. If you go to new motorcycle, sport.
oh, and it's the only bike in the group.
Right.
Okay.
So like it's still a cruiser. It's very much a cruiser. And MC React hit the nail on the head. This thing is a direct answer to the FTR. The only difference between it and the FTR is your rider triangle.
Here's
know what I mean?
Here's my thing though, dude. So I just told you, right, that I literally just say that this bike doesn't feel like a cruiser to me. I do think it's interesting that Harley has a sport category and it ain't in the cruiser segment.
Well, that's because I think we discussed this yesterday a little bit. I think they're trying to split the lines, right? Because they know that a large portion of the people who are buying their bikes are older people, baby boomers with loads of money and no debt.
We got to make something
Right.
clear because I've gotten so many messages when we say stuff like that, and a lot of the stuff we
It's a
say,
generalization.
it's generalization, it's mass market,
But,
because
like,
so many people. I
By
made that,
and large, the demographic for their bigger bikes is that crowd because they're so expensive. Millennials, we're like buried underneath mounds of
the
debt.
majority,
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, we don't buy $30,000 bikes
right?
for the most part.
For yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Just accept that we're generalizing because I don't want to have to keep clarifying it. But like, that you look at the lines, and right now, the lines are you've got sport now,
Right.
you've got cruiser, and then they've even changed the name to American Touring or something like that.
Grand American Touring.
That's a new classification for those bikes.
oh,
It wasn't called Grand American Touring, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. So like it looks like they are splitting the lines because they know they can keep selling the big bikes.
Bro, this is literally what me and you were talking about the other day, because I was telling you, like, when I look at Harley's bikes and their lineup, I am so confused. What the fuck
This
is
makes
what?
sense.
The way they have this, I mean, Grand American Touring's a little much, but
It's a little dramatic.
yeah, it's like Grand American Touring. Wow,
Right.
T hit.
So when you look at the way that they're classifying their bikes now, there's
This
definitely
makes so much more
there's
sense.
definitely a divide.
Well, no, because, like, see, this is the thing. When I'm looking at cruisers, these are what I think about cruisers. And then I saw these, and I'm like, bro, this kind of shit, this ain't the same as this.
Right. So that's why I'm saying this. I think that they are looking at their lines as two potential, like, they're trying what they can do, and they've proven that that's the idea behind it, to grab the attention of newer, younger riders. The Sportster S is the most advanced bike, standard option, the most modern bike, standard option.
Clarify what.
So, like, your big bikes, like your Road Glide, your Street Glide, and stuff like that, have an optional RDRS.
Okay, what is? I've seen you say this, and I've seen it on the Millinote page. What is RDRS?
RDRS is their, like, holy shit.
Also, it sounds just like Audi RS.
Yeah.
which
It's
is
their holy
great.
shit rider suite package. So ABS, cornering ABS, hill stop, which is cool. A hill stop is when you come to a stop and you apply full brake, you can let go and it'll hold the brake until you go. So you have a 900-pound bike.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa. What?
Yeah. So they have all sorts of stuff. Drag torque control, which is to keep the rear wheel from spinning under heavy drag, like if you're downshifting.
What are you hitting? Because it sounds so weird. Oh.
So, like, that's their holy shit package. But it's an add-on to the touring bikes. It's included standard equipment.
I see what you're
see what I'm saying?
saying about the Sportster S. They are putting this is the most expensive one we're making.
Right. And on top of that, showing people that we can kind of negate some of the Harley tax a little bit, because they could have easily charged $18,000, and most Harley people would not have batted an eye and said, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Right. So yeah, we got a photo here for you guys that Harley has on their site. Check it out.
Yeah,
got a little touring mode.
Yeah.
I will say this bike doesn't bode well with touring stuff. This bike feels it feels so much better when it's stripped down.
It's
like, where's the white one?
It's definitely a streetable
that's the
machine,
Indian.
right? Like it doesn't seem, and I think that's why they're doing this. So back to the point, they're splitting their customer base into like the geezers that will always buy the glides,
Right.
and new people that need something a little more refreshing. I think the first bike that I noticed this on was the two newest bikes in the Softail line. All right.
Okay.
So if you look at the Softails, right, the Softails, look at the Softail Slim, which is one of my favorite cruiser bikes. So Softail Slim.
Is that in the?
Nope, yeah, it's right. One more down. Okay, you see Street Bob?
Got it.
Softail Slim. That is a gorgeous bike to me personally. But if you look at the Street Bob right above it, that's still a Softail,
Right.
right? But it is nothing. What happened? Okay,
I
there
clicked
it is.
away.
Oh, it is nothing like the Softail as far as like the aesthetics, but it is more styled like, a classic like stripped down.
So are these the same bike just with bigger handlebars?
Yeah, so there's like a couple of things they've changed to it, but it is a Softail. It's the same platform. So Harley got rid of Dyna, and then started introducing some of the Dyna lines with the Softail platform.
Right. Okay.
But like the Softail Standard, which is their most stripped down, bare bones motorcycle that they have currently, aside from like the Iron and all that,
Right.
the previous Sportster, but like.
How much do these go for though? What's the Softail Standard?
I want to say that's 14.
Really?
On that, I think so. I'd have to look at. You'd have to click on it to see.
If I'm just gonna be honest right now, dude,
But that is the Milwaukee 8 engine. It's a big V twin.
Right, but like this thing looks like.
So like, but what I'm saying is like when I look at that delineation from previous design language into something a little more like catch-all than the traditional Harley style.
Right.
I saw that as them going like, okay, they're trying to get like a little more interest in their lines. And that was years ago, and I saw that and I was like, okay, so this is like maybe the beginning of them testing the waters.
Right.
Because they, in my opinion, they kind of fucked up getting rid of the Dyna line, because that was like the most affordable, like, not the most affordable, but they called it the everyman's bike for a reason.
Right.
I think that when they introduced those two, I saw that, like I said, as them dipping the toe in the water. And now with this and with the technology package.
Right. So I want to, an opinion I had about the launch video that I'm curious of your opinion, because I was a little, so for one, I think Harley did a phenomenal job. Whoever they hired to make that video, I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
It was a good video, but when I came into that video, I was super hyped. But that's what, dude. Yeah. There is an aura right now in the online space of when you do an online press launch, you've got the CEO, the head guy. He's on a stage.
Everybody does this. This is a marketing thing. It is them not understanding the pulse of the consumer.
You're talking Harley not understanding the pulse of the consumer? No, I'm talking
about everybody. Rock did it with their launch of the 3.0.
But you get so hyped for a product, though.
That's because you were already, like, from the word go hyped. Me, I was like, I don't care about all this stuff. I wanted to see the new helmets. That whole video, half of it was them talking about like, oh, the design,
but at
blah,
least
blah, blah.
It was about the helmet. The Harley one is like they spent. I think the video was 14 minutes long, and they spent 12 talking about what the Sportster used to be. Like, bruh, I'm here for the bike.
Bro, I think you're being a little hard on them.
Not even kind of.
Because Rock did the same damn thing,
bro.
With their
not
video.
even kind of. They were all like 100%. Throwing people back and forth with.
No, that is your bias is showing. Like
Not even a little bit, dude.
100%.
Bruh.
Like that video was boring as hell. All I wanted to see
You think the Rurok video is
up
boring
until the
as hell?
part, yeah, all the talkie. I was like,
Oh my
bro,
God.
show me the helmet. Stop telling me about like how you brought the design into your own house. Stop talking about like we worked with blah 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 artists and not show me the helmet.
So you want to?
This is the kind of bias that is the reason that Harley struggles to reach people, because like I saw that as like, yes, marketing people do not have a pulse on the consumer. Not everybody wants to see that, but when I see it and I'm like, yeah, they're doing what every one of them does. Indian does it. Fucking Yamaha does it. Everybody does it. When the marketing people go, we need to explain why this is important for you to understand why you need to be hyped for the last half of this video.
But if people
Everybody
are
does
coming into a launch,
bro, I sat there and watched that Rurok video.
So what did you think about the Harley video?
It was very well made. But, like, they could have cut that in half by not telling me that, like, oh, we learned a lot from 2.0. Let us show you about what we learned. Oh, we brought our manufacturing in-house. That's great. Do a blurb about it. What I want you to do a helmet release. Do a helmet release. I'm going to use your same words against you. I'm not here to learn your history. I'm here to see a fucking helmet.
that's fine. But I don't feel like so. Here's my difference in the Rurok video and the fucking Harley video. The Harley video, I felt like they brought me in slowly into a documentary I didn't want to see. At least at Rurok's side,
I don't give a
they're
shit
like,
about manufacturing.
you. Does that not matter to you?
No, bro, not for a helmet release.
Well, okay.
This is pretty biased. I'm gonna be 100% with you.
So I will admit what Rurok did had a lot of real crazy camera shit. So I probably got hyped on that a little bit. I'll give you that.
100%.
Okay, I'll give you that.
He's over there creaming his pants over, like, bro. They got this fucking all the
Okay, look, they got good graphics, they got good video. So maybe I was just not ready for a slow documentary of two guys riding through the UK.
I totally
or something.
agree. They could have done with less of it. I'm gonna be honest, but like I think it's also important to think about it from their perspective, right? Like we want people to understand why we've landed on the decision to call it the Sportster, to do it the way we do, because it is to this day one of the best-selling cruisers on the planet internationally.
I have to interrupt you and I have to call out MC React.
Yeah.
Bo. Oh, that's so good. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with being called out. That's all right.
I want to correct somebody in the comments. Fly May. The bike is not only available in the NA market. The Rev Max is Euro 5 from the factory. That's why they did it.
That's why they changed
the Evo is did not pass EU 5, which is why they stopped selling the Sportster overseas. But like the whole reason that they even decided they could have left the Evo as is and just kept selling Sportsters in that platform for another 15 years and whatever. But the whole reason they do it is because they lost like 20-something% of the international market.
Right.
And they needed to like say, okay, we have to fix the issue with, we either stop selling the Sportster entirely across the world and only like let it trickle out,
right,
or keep it going because it has been going for like 60 years, and then update the engine. And so the Pan America has the Rev Max. It is Euro 5 out of the gate.
So they can just like sell that
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Euro 5 also takes into consideration decibel levels of exhaust. Yeah, it's like noise pollution or something like that.
So how does that deal with? Because the stock, right? Because they can't.
Stock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, let's go through this page of the Sportster S line, and let's just look at all the stuff we've got. It is $15,000. When we saw that it's $15,000, similar to the Pan America, I know we've heard some people that are like $15,000, that's way too much. But I mean, like, me and you were looking up the
It is
FTR.
competitively priced.
It is competitively priced.
It is identical in price
and-
and features as the
Right.
FTR. Was it the S? I think I had it listed here. Yes, the FTR S.
So this is not an opinion, it being
Right.
competitively priced. We're comparing it to the FTRS, and
Which I
it's
think
close.
is its nearest competition.
This thing is a
almost
full
Yeah.
full package of technology.
The only thing that differentiates the two is your rider triangle, and
Right.
with the mid controls, you're closer.
So for you guys that don't know, there are forward controls by stock, and you can get an aftermarket mid control kit. We were looking up the modifications that are stock from Harley that you can get, and they do offer a mid control kit for $700.
I wish they had inverted that and offered
can
it with
get the
mids and then
forwards,
get
yeah.
the forwards. Yeah, because mids on this kind of platform, I mean, it works okay in the Scout. The Scout's comfortable, and it's got that same
Right.
kind of.
But this
feel.
thing's got that really aggressive feel, and I totally agree with
As
you
soon
there.
as I saw that picture, of that person
At the
actually,
track?
yeah. If you look at the Milo note, no, look at the Milo note,
Mm-hmm.
and right below specs, double click that. Nope, up, right there. Yeah, double click that guy. That, bro,
This is the mid controls.
bro.
This is how this bike should come. It
Yeah.
should not be for you
Optional
guys.
forward controls.
For you guys that don't know, because I was a little confused, so there's probably some of you guys out there. Mid controls are here at where my
right
mouse
at the
is.
crank, I think it is.
This right here is where the bike is stock,
Yeah.
and then rear sets is obviously a little farther back. Rear sets is something you're going to see on like the MTs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. Mid controls should have been default.
It should have been stock, and then you could have the optional. That's the only thing that I would have changed about it. But
About the launch.
that's me like
Yeah.
nitpicking.
So, going through the specs page, guys, obviously we all know it's got the Revolution Max engine. We're all excited about that, or we're excited here in the shop.
Buckets of power for that weight.
Yeah, and you're down low.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested. So that's one of the things I'm interested in.
excited to see you.
Yeah, because you know I'm not gonna ride it like let me be just
Yeah.
real careful. It's like, bro, if I'm out with Harley, like I would be doing them a disservice if I just pansy
Yeah,
it
guys,
around.
like the mid or forward, it's all personal preference. I prefer forwards on some bikes. I prefer mids on others. Like it's just
right. So I don't have a lot of experience with the forward controls. So,
bro, that dash is so good though.
do they have a close up of the dash?
I
'Cause
don't think
would
they do.
Love to show
I don't
that.
think I'm looking through them, and I don't think I see any of them. But like, it looks like they have done. Okay, so Indian had the ride command.
Yeah, and you were like
Well,
talking about that
on the
from the time you got back.
FTR, it's a 5-inch square display,
Oh, it's got an inch bigger.
just like the Pan America. It's a 5-inch display. It's got all this new stuff. It looks like they took the existing control system and menu system from their previous models
Right.
and then updated it.
So that's one of the cool things
So
I
like,
noticed
they've
with the
done
Pan
something
America.
very similar.
Well, so like, I haven't dug into this yet, guys. But based on the images I've seen, it looks like they have the same, like whatever the background running the dash is. It's the same background as on Pan America, but
100%.
it's totally different.
So
shape.
what they did is they pulled an Indian basically, and they said, "Okay, ride command in the square format works really well. Let's make it look classic and try to see if we can get into a 4-inch."
Right.
Now, the clarity looks better. The display quality looks
On
like
what?
it's on better on the round dash. Like it looks like they've upgraded that.
Okay.
Because they couldn't just like plop the square or the rectangle dash on there.
Yeah, and the dash on the Pan America is huge.
Right.
And it wouldn't have
So
fit this
they
bike
would
at
have
all.
had to design the dash and design and change the UI to fit on that dash.
Right.
So just like
But they take all the same elements,
right.
though,
So
which I
just
love
like
that.
just like the FTR's dash and the Indian Chief dash are the same, but one looks crisper and like newer. It's because that's just the change they had to make for making this for this bike. And I think they did a similar thing. They took the Pan America, which, like I said, the Pan America menu system is basically an upgraded version of their older system, so it's a little more intuitive, looks
Right.
nicer, more responsive. I love it. I love that dash.
I will say this whole
I think I said that when I did the Indian Chief.
Yeah,
I was
you
like, I
were
love this
raving
dash.
about that
And that
thing.
was the first thing that you noticed when you looked at the pictures, is that dash pops.
yeah, it does.
And I love this kind of old school analog look, but it's got all the tech on it.
Well, like we're getting to the point now, and I've noticed it when I do my first rides on bikes that I'm becoming more and more critical of dashes
Yeah.
because, like, in the motorcycle space, we existed for a long time where dashes were like, whatever.
What up, Tyrox?
Tire Rocks, what up? Thank you for being in the chat. But yeah, like companies would just be like, the dash, it's garbage. We don't care. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the MT10, dude, the dash is just like warm vanilla ice cream. Like, it doesn't suck, but like you don't want it type thing. So when I'm seeing these motorcycles,
it's a good-looking dash.
well, like when I see bikes, I love the thing I love about this. The thing I love about what Indian's doing is they take these retro shapes. So, you got this circular dash here on the Sportster S, and you got a like full TFT situation. Like, I am so freaking here for that.
Good looking dash. It deserves to be in more models.
Now, I will say one thing that I am very curious about, because when we get into these areas of dashes becoming more and more techie, it makes it so much more important for your controls to be very intuitive. Yeah. So
Harley's had a problem with that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like it seems like it's much better. Blockhead was saying it seems like it's much better than it used to be. Like the one on the Pan America,
right,
was much more intuitive than the older ones were. Which the older displays, my stepdad's Glide, and it was a pain in the ass to get navigating. It's not very intuitive. Once you know it and you get the muscle memory, it's not a problem. But like
that goes with everything, though.
But like the ride command,
yeah,
like the one that was in the Polaris.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Stupid easy to get.
It felt like that needed way more, though, honestly.
You would have to see it in, like, the Chieftain or the Challenger to really, like, appreciate.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Because, like, it's a Polaris. It's a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to trigger every one of the Polaris people out in the world.
Whatever. Come at me, bro. They're all 85 anyways.
Okay, so moving on down the
ride
page.
Modes.
Ride technology, ride modes. Love this.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about it in the press launch video. You have to have ride modes at $15,000 because like you're starting to flirt with like Ducati money type thing.
You know what this makes me excited for? To see what
the
other
Sportster S?
Yeah, the fact that the ride modes are making their way in to these lines is like having an Iron 883 or an Iron 950, right? Because they talked about making a smaller displacement version of the Revolution Max, like I think they said something like an 800 or something like that.
Right.
800 950.
Smaller than 1250.
Right.
Right.
Putting even if you take out the RDRS, just putting ride modes and a display and a like a menu display interface on an entry level bike for a competitive price. Bro.
Yeah, I mean if Harley wants to play the game of competitively priced piece of riding gear, not gear, but like motorcycle, that offers you a lot of stuff for your money, then they think that's the way to go. Another thing I really appreciate, like looking at the modes, I've noticed like manufacturers just like calling the modes fucking whatever they want. Aprilia is terrible about this. It's like race.
BMW is like rain, rock, and roll, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, so Aprilia's, I mean, to be fair, Aprilia's whole thing is like be a racer or whatever, but like their modes are race, track, and sport.
So we got a real quick question from Tyrox, and I think it's important. We do have to start kind of rocketing through some of this because it is 540. Like I fucking said before we start. The weight of this thing is why I am excited about this the most.
Oh, here, I can now show it.
Yeah, it is 502 pounds wet.
We were surprised with this. So if you guys look right here, 502 pounds.
502 wet. I don't know where that weight is. He'll find out when he goes on there. I suspect it'll be like mid-weight.
Yeah, I mean it's
just
so
because,
low, though,
yeah, just because of the way that it's slung in the body. But that's pretty dope. You're talking about an engine that will produce what 100 and what? Take it back to the spec sheets, right? 121 horsepower, 94 foot-pounds of torque at 502. The nearest competitor, the FTR, 120 horsepower, 87 foot-pounds of torque, and a 514 wet weight.
Also, this has got cornering, ABS, and traction control.
Oh, it's got loads of. It's got all the RDRS stuff is included, which is cornering ABS, electronic link braking, cornering electronic link braking.
So I think this is the
cornering enhanced traction control, drag torque slip control, and cornering drag.
Wait,
slip
are you reading the Sportster S stuff?
Yes, vehicle hold control and a tire pressure monitoring system. That's RDRS.
I got to be honest. Having cornering, traction control, and ABS, that is typically something we don't see unless it's on a Ducati, a high-level Ducati Supersport.
The RDRS system is awesome, and especially for like 900-pound bikes in the rain. Like, that's how they built this system, was to handle the worst case scenario. Like, the video that they've showed of this is like, a 900-pound bagger going around a corner in the wet.
Right.
And then just, like, eating it up.
Here's something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And now, granted, we've already talked about this is probably their high-level Sportster S.
100%.
Right?
This is the top of the food chain.
Here's what I would love to see. Typically, when you look at these chains of bikes, it's the top one gets all the electronics. I would freaking love for them to make a smaller Revolution Max engine, but be the first company to trickle down all of your electronics to your lower packages.
So what I think that they would do, and I'm looking at...
Because how cool would that be? You have all that stuff on the lower...
I'm looking at this through the lens of Harley trying to make new, better decisions with introducing people to motorcycles, right? So they're for sure going to do a bottom of the barrel. They have to, right?
Right.
Like a $9,000 to $10,000 entry level,
800 to 900 cc something, right?
right? But it's all going to have the same derivatives. So what I would imagine they would do, right, is offer a stripped down version of this. Mm-hmm. It's just a liquid cooled motor and ABS. But being that it's the same system,
I can almost guarantee you it'll have ABS.
It will be there could be an optional RDS. So currently in the glides, you can get an optional RDRS installed. You don't have to buy it from them as a bike. It's not like the bike comes with RDS. It's a module.
Okay.
That communicates with the existing.
Well, that's all I want.
So I would think that they'd be
option.
like, all right, here's the new iron, right?
Yeah.
This is the entry level. It's $9,000.
Right.
It's a 950 liquid cooled, 6-speed,
right,
with ABS. Then they'd be like, for an extra $500-600,
right,
you can get the RDRS mod.
Here's the thing that I've been hearing from a lot of people, and we've kind of made this argument before when we've been talking about like the whole. I'm using quotation marks for you guys that are just listening, but the beginner bike segment. Beginner bikes. But the beginner bike segment, where it's a phenomenal motorcycle with a smaller engine. Now, granted, the 300cc bikes, not super necessary to have ride modes. But when you're talking about like an MT-07 and R7,
the middleweights deserve some
I would love to have
the
I get so the R7's a good example. It's made to be able to be purchased for the price that it is. Yeah. But for the people that want that motorcycle because of the size, because of the weight, maybe because of the price, and then a year down the road, they want to save up, they want to buy that ECU or that IMU to get the install. So that's what Aprilia did with their Tuono 660.
Like you get a middleweight, you get a middleweight without the RDS and all that stuff, and then later on, you save up $1,000.
It can be expensive,
right? And then you get all of this cool, upgrade stuff if that's what you want, and you don't have to. I don't see why they wouldn't offer the RDS module as an upgrade.
But we've only seen. Well, obviously, this is the sport side, but Aprilia is the only company we have seen offer an IMU that opens stuff up for their middleweights.
So to put this into perspective, because we look at this and we go, $15,000. That's a lot of bike for $15,000, but $15,000's a lot.
$15,000's a lot of money.
The FTRS, which is comparable in almost every single way, also comes standard with its rider aids and ride modes and all that stuff.
Right. So I mean, it's the top level FTR,
it's the
right?
Top. It's the because the carbon is just
it's just cosmetic, right?
Yeah. So like in the space of this type of bike, it is dead even. They cost exactly the same amount of money, and I submit that, like, okay, they don't have rear lift mitigation, which is, and they don't have wheelie control, which is important for a bike like that, but like all the other cool stuff that they offer, vehicle hold control, tire pressure monitoring, all that is a fantastic value.
Wait, pause. Who doesn't have wheelie control?
The Harley does not have specifically wheelie
I thought
control.
You were saying the FTR doesn't have
the
wheelie
FTR
control, and I was like,
what?
the
FTR definitely has it. And
Oh,
I learned that.
thank God.
I learned that the hard way.
Well, like, I can be totally wrong because I haven't really looked into this, but like, is this platform, the way the rider's seated and all this kind of stuff, is wheelie control necessary on something like this?
I mean, guys are wheeling.
I know guys
all
are
sorts of-
wheeling it, but like, our average dudes being like, "Oh, whoops,
so,
I'm
like,
wheeling," because that's what wheelie control's for.
Here's the thing. So like this kind of wheelie control for this kind of bike, when you see them in these bikes, is more for like keeping the bike planted so the power can be delivered, kind of thing.
Right.
Like that's why they put wheelie bars on the back of drag cars and drag bikes.
Right.
Well, one, to keep you from fucking
Doing backflips.
doing several backflips, but also the more you can keep your wheels to the ground, the more go you can be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
in the words of Chase.
so like having those kind of things is like, to me, says like, okay, we want to deliver as much power as this engine is capable.
Right.
This is gonna. I mean, power to weight on this thing is pretty insane.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to get on that motorcycle, and the second that the road is open in front of me,
I can tell you from riding that FTR in sport mode
yeah.
and not even giving it the full beans. I gave it like maybe partial beans.
Partial beans.
That front wheel just floated up.
No, I get that, but
It's
see, this is such
insane.
a different rider triangle, like you were talking
It
about.
is, but what I'm saying is like that amount of power was something I'm not used to, and it's not even like the top of the food chain, the FTR, for those kind of bikes, power wise.
Right.
But like even that, because it's so light, like it felt like I was going NASA status. You know what I mean?
Here's a really interesting thing, because we've been comparing this a lot with the FTR, specifically the FTRS. It's very interesting to compare a motorcycle to another one where the rider position is entirely different on both. But
100%.
these are two very competitive motorcycles. So, like, I don't can you think of another time that's happened where we're comparing bikes where one is a more laid back, relatively position, and the other one is like an upright naked position?
Not a direct comparison. Not that we've done. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure they're out there, but as far as we've done, no, because like they are in two different worlds.
It's just funny how they track so closely, like price, electronics package, engine sizes. Like they're oddly, they're tracking them as if they're competitors, but they're not.
This is that weird
really...
part where I'm like, well, when I said I thought I was pretty sure this was going to be a direct competitor to the FTR before they announced what it was. I was thinking like, oh, this is them introducing the Sportster in the new XR Revolution Max.
Right.
Like I thought they were going to be like, here it is. FTR came out and did pretty well, compared to their dealer size and all that stuff,
Right.
their dealer network size. But like this was them going like, hey, don't forget, we kind of dominated this flat track inspired kind of thing for the longest time.
I'm super curious because we were talking last week about like, is it going to be the Bronx? Is it going to be the custom? We didn't think it was going to be the Bronx because of the teaser photos that they posted.
Well, so they also have a big problem bringing in just sport bikes into their line. So like this is a nice kind of compromise, I think.
What do you think about the Bronx photos? Let me show you people what the Bronx is.
I love the idea of the Bronx. It's not my style of bike, but like
I'm gonna show a photo of it.
I
so you
think
guys
I
understand
think the
what I'm talking
Bronx will still happen in one form or the other. You know what I mean?
about. Wait, is it actually? Oh, here we go. So guys, this is one of the bikes. You can see that, right?
Yep.
This is the Bronx. This kind of the naked version. It's got the Revolution Max engine already in it.
I
if
don't
Harley's
think,
gonna
I don't think
ma-
that would have been a direct competitor to the FDR.
No. I'm saying
Yeah.
like there's no direct competitor to the FDR, like the president.
Yeah.
But
Former,
the
like,
former
a
president
lot. By a lot.
by a lot. If they put this out, let me go ahead and tell you my hype level will be maximized.
Yeah,
as far as Harley goes,
I think that it will happen.
just in time after they prove with the Revolution.
Yeah,
X
well,
engine.
so what they have to do is prove that one, that they know how to capitulate to a different demographic.
Pause. What? Capitulate?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to use fancy words in
So
front of all
like
these people?
the masses of younger riders and they're out there that like Harleys,
We found that out on TikTok
right,
real quick.
that can't afford them. Like once they understand that, like you have to, for the newer riders, you have to have value for money. You have to.
See, that's. I think that's why
You
they didn't
can't-
do the Bronx,
yes.
because if they did the Bronx,
It would have been way overpriced.
the MT10 is 12 grand
Yeah.
brand new. You
Yeah.
can maybe, you know what? Let's put a little Harley salt on top.
Yeah.
They could charge 13. We've done episodes of Live on Two Wheels
Yeah.
talking about the super naked segment, bruh. That's a rough class.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's why they haven't put the Bronx out yet.
Also, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna parrot Shade Tree on this because I've seen this comment a billion times. Harley's not going under anytime soon. Like it's not gonna happen.
Did somebody say that?
Well, it was a funny comment, but like it reminded me of all the comments I've seen. And
Right.
Shade Tree addressed this. It's like, you got to understand, this is a company that through its own bad decisions and just the luck of the draw has managed to survive through 2 world wars, a buyout from a bowling company, and
my God.
horrible mismanagement and image problems, and is still the #1 motorcycle manufacturer in the world, and holds plus 50% plus of the international motorcycle sales shares internationally.
Yeah,
so
so
this isn't going to kill them. People, I don't know if people remember, and he touched on this. Like when the Evo first came out, people were like, "Oh, it's going to bankrupt the company," and it ended up saving the company.
Well,
And is now touted as one of the most Harleys out there.
that
I'm
would
just
be
saying.
like that would be like us putting out a video that somebody didn't like and be like, bruh, this video is gonna take the channel down. I mean, I guess that can happen with some
We
people,
got
some
8
terrible-
minutes.
I realized that.
Fucking
Okay,
Christ,
guys,
dude.
we were gonna get into all of these TikTok videos. We're on TikTok now at Chase on Two Wheels, and
I know it's not an actual bowl. It's not actually the bowling part of the company. I understand that, but it is the same.
we'll get into AMF in another episode.
It's hilarious to me.
So,
I just like saying bowling company because
It is
hilarious.
a funny statement. So, guys, we were gonna get into all of this we made some TikTok videos. We've been trying to figure out what TikTok is for us.
Apparently, it's just
And it's apparently Bo and Brian arguing at things. But I made this TikTok because somebody commented on one of the videos we were talking about the Sportster S. And the guy said, no young guy wants a Harley. They're old people bikes.
It's not true.
I don't think that's true either.
Yeah.
But my comment...
Especially the lowrider and the lowrider S.
So here's the thing. We did those
boys out in
videos...
California are fucking 12 o'clock in them.
Those videos they didn't go viral on TikTok, but they
Yeah.
got a lot of views and a lot of responses. I was shocked at the amount of young guys commenting and doing whatever the show another video thing is of their
Yeah.
Harleys. Like I was a little surprised. So
I'd say a majority of Harley's demographic is in the 30 and above, but there's a lot of young dudes riding Harleys.
So I'm going to show you guys this video real quick on TikTok just to get an idea.
Hopefully it comes through.
It's not.
Also, I say that I'm not really a young dude.
So
It's not going to come through because you're hooked up. Try it now.
Kind of,
There you
because
go.
I have no.
All right, so here, young guy, watch this. Watch all these young dudes. Wait, I think this might be an older guy.
Motorcycles for the younger people.
Yeah. I'm not really a young dude, right?
I'm not gonna lie, this dude looks like so stereotypical.
Yeah.
He's gonna buy a Harley.
Well, I am having an internal struggle of which bike I want to get. Do I want to get the Indian Chieftain or do I want to get a Road Glide or Street Glide? I have that
Right.
conversation with myself. So young people like Harleys.
Yeah, watch Another young guy. Tons of young dudes.
Dude's got a killer sounding bike too. Play that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Old people bikes? What do you think about that?
Oh, I got Softail Slim. That's Softail Slim. It's on it. I almost, instead of the Bolt, I almost got that. And the only thing was I didn't have cash in hand.
Right.
So I was going to have to finance, and I just couldn't afford the financing on the Softail.
Well, okay, so R.I.P. to Bo's.
Here's the thing. I come off as we'll get ready to close out here, but like I give off like in the shop like I'm the Harley guy. I appreciate Harley for what they are. I understand their shortcomings.
Right.
I can see from the outside looking in and having a little bit of also insider knowledge like that. I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to repair decades of just piss poor image control and PR.
I would
but like
love for
I
this to
love
happen.
Harleys too. I
Yeah.
was raised around Harleys. Like my first bike I ever rode was a Softail Heritage that I nabbed in the middle of the night when my stepdad was sleeping. And at 15 years old, I rolled that down the driveway and I took a joyride like they weren't going to find out that I was riding a
Right.
straight piped motorcycle. Like
Right.
Harleys have been part of my life. I also Hondas and Yamahas have been part of my life.
Right.
And so like I can appreciate them. I've said it before. Some of the best fit and finish I found.
We'll find out next week.
Is on, and I still submit the sexiest bagger on the planet is the Road Glide. No questions asked. Like 100% the sexiest bike with fairings that cruiser with fairings that I've ever seen.
Should we jump over to Discord because we have to pick something so fast?
Yeah, dude. Let's.
I at least want to show what's going on over there. Oh no, I haven't looked. I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh, Bearcat.
Oh God, hold
There's
on.
no question. There's no question.
Hold on. Let me make sure I'm in new. Okay, I'm on live on 2 wheels.
Yeah, her
All right.
2 wheels, Road Glide. She just got one.
All right, click over to me.
All right,
let's do this,
guys.
So I haven't scrolled down yet.
All right, so
Are you ready for this? I haven't seen it.
There's 2 memes.
Okay.
The first one is good. All right,
Harley Davidson. The most efficient way to convert gasoline into noise without the side effects of horsepower. Yikes.
That's a good one and a classic.
Okay.
But you'll see. There's no contest. This one wins.
Oh no.
This one went. No, make it bigger, bud.
Oh no.
Make it bigger.
I don't know what.
That's Chase after the week after he gets back from the Harley event.
Yes, bro. What if
I will say that the calves aren't nearly large enough.
No. Okay. No. Definitely not, bro. What if I come back from LA next week on the Friday show? I'm like, dude, I'm changed. I'm selling the MT10 that I just bought. By
While
the way.
we're in here, and I know that Jess is in here. Jess, are you going to be at that event in L.A.?
Jess is
Her 2 wheels.
You got to use YouTube names, man.
I know.
You
I know you
know
don't
people
process that information because
names.
that'd
I
be
have to
cool.
close this image.
That-
Okay. Wow. So
Bearcat, you win. She's going.
Oh, awesome.
That's awesome. I'm
That's
sadder.
hilarious.
I'm more sad now because Jez is one of my favorite peeps. I love that
Sexpo
woman,
you.
dude.
All right.
All right, so like,
Oh my good God.
Bearcat, I'm gonna send you a message on the old Discord. We'll get your
Jeez.
email address and your name and all that jazz. We'll get you a $50 Revzilla gift card.
Absolutely, man. Dude, what if I transition? What if I come back and I'm like, you know what, dude? Screw these nakeds. I'm doing sports out on Harley.
I would like. I wouldn't expect that much out of you ever.
don't think so?
Right. But I would like the moment that I am waiting for, and I'm gonna hold my breath on it too, because
Mm-hmm.
I want that light bulb moment going like I see where they fit in now. Because you're not an anti-cruiser guy.
No, I
It's
just don't have the experience.
It's just not your bag. You
Bagger. Nailed it.
You rode my Bolt for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, in a parking lot.
And that was after I had put the forward control 7 inches forward, and we just got done putting 12-inch shapes on it. So like you
It
were
was so far in.
you were yeah. That's just like I was like, oh, I hear you're into to electronic music here, and you throw me on a Ibiza, and like just okay, good luck.
Have fun.
So like it wasn't like the ease it in kind of situation.
Right.
But like what I'm hoping is I want to see like a different side of Chase where he goes like, okay, that makes sense. I can see where these fit in now, and now I can go and try other versions of this and see where all of this sits in it.
Well, so closing out,
Just broaden your horizon, bud.
oh yeah. Closing out, I honestly looking at this and seeing that this is essentially the sportiest thing Harley makes. Is that an okay statement?
I would say in their current lineup.
Yeah.
In their current lineup, yeah. Well, their 2021-22 lineup, yeah, I would say it probably is.
So I could totally see somebody getting a Sportster S and then either deciding I'm going to go real deep cruiser or I'm going to go real deep sporty bike, like go off onto the naked side or something like that. So I look at this as being the perfect motorcycles to maybe like let me dip my toe in this cruiser segment if I don't want to go the full way.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, dude.
Yeah, same here. So, guys, next week, again, we are going to be here on Friday. Also, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Hit that like. Hit that like button. Okay. Yeah, hitting the like button's awesome. And, guys, make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. I feel like most of you guys probably are. And if you want to listen to us, we are a podcast. Live on Two Wheels. Search it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or Google Podcast if you actually...
Sorry, I was
Google
messaging the Bearcat. That fucking brilliant.
Bearcat just
man.
nailed it on that one. So yeah, guys, let us know what you guys think in the comments. Are we excited about this? Y'all excited about this? We are excited for it. I'm interested in the fit and finish. I'm gonna be looking for where the weight is. I'm gonna be looking for.
You should take Blockhead's Lowrider S for a rip when you get back.
Well, those are things we can handle later
Let's
on.
do it.
Guys, thanks for tuning in live, and thanks for listening if you're listening too. We like to see you guys just kind of listening and taking this content in all over the place. We will see you guys. Whoa,
continent?
no, this content all over the
Okay, it's
place.
not like it's a continent. Like
No, we're on one continent.
America. We're just throwing it around.
Let's go, America.
We
Oh,
tried
wait.
that once or twice.
Oh, my good God. All right, guys, we'll see you next week on Friday. And don't worry, we'll post and let you guys know we're here on Friday. And you guys have a good rest of the week. Later. He did it.
Always.
Every
I told
time.
you I'm going to end it every time like